cooking my version. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell to be notified of future videos. Welcome again, guys, to yet another video. And on today's menu we have a seafood boil going on. So just now you saw all our chopped seasoning, and now to make our seafood boil we have 2 sticks of butter going into the pot. Alright, so for some important information, when your pot gets hot, please turn the stove to low heat. This will prevent the butter from burning. This is the type of consistency you want to have when you are creating or preparing your sauce. See how beautiful that looks? Looks pretty creamy, alright? So remember, put your stove on low heat or medium low, medium, whichever one is suitable. So now we have all our chopped seasoning going into our sauce, because our sauce is going to be very important to this mukbang. And here are all our powder seasoning. As you can see, allspice seafoods, powder seasoning, your cayenne pepper, your paprika, your fish season, your chicken season, your all-purpose, all that love and goodness going into our sauce. Guys, because it's so close to the plate, it looks like a lot of powder seasoning, but it's not. Alright, it's just 2 teaspoons of each. Well, not really of each, because if you look at it, one is less than the other. Alright, so you need, well, that will be in the description, rather than me explaining it and getting it wrong, and then y'all try to shoot the messenger, hey Mr. Narrator, you're not the cook as you said, so why are you telling us wrong information? That will be in the description. Alright, so now you're gonna ask, how it looks, so Mr. Narrator? Don't worry, guys, we're gonna add some water to it to not have too much seasoning being tasted in our sauce. Alright, so when you add your water to it, which we're going to do now, you do not want to add too much water so as to make it long and salty. Because you know sometimes powder seasoning give that salty taste. No, you don't want to add too much water to make it long. And you don't want to put little so as to make it too thick, right? You just want to make it in between. So you have to gauge it with your own eyes. All right, so if you don't have what, you can use chicken broth in your sauce if you want, rather than plain water. All right, so our sauce is now finished. Now we're going over to the ingredients for the boil. So we have a potato in the just passed. Now we have our large shrimp, and this is already cooked. So now you don't need to go and overcook the shrimp, then people. You don't want to overcook it, right? So you want to wash it off same way. If you don't want to wash it off, your preference. Go ahead and not wash it if you don't want to. But the chef say, them for wash. Alright? So look at these large, beautiful looking shrimp right here. And instead of boiling it, we are going to fry it a minute on each side. Probably even less than a minute. You just want to get it nice and chewy. Alright? So rather than boil it, we're just going to quickly fry it in some butter. Right? If you're not on butter, you can still use oil, but butter is preferably. Alright? And also, to note, we did not season the shrimps. Alright? Because you already create your sauce, and the shrimps have like a little bit of a sweet taste, so you're gonna have your sauce to have with your shrimp. Alright, plus the butter upon it already, so too much seasoning I gonna kind of make it a bit salty, and you don't want your seafood to be salty, you want it to be just right. Alright, so now over to our king crab legs. Yes guys, it's king crab legs in the seafood boil. Alright, we try to get lobster tail to go with it, but apparently it's not lobster season yet, so therefore no lobster in this one. But as y'all know, we gotta have some king crab's leg in this boil. All right, see how beautiful and large these crab legs are, plus the knuckle with so much meat in it. All right, so here we are again with our crab legs, guys. Still, though you may get them and think they're washed properly, sometimes that's not the case, so you need to wash it again so as to get rid of whatever bacteria may be left on it. All right, even though when it's gonna be boiled, it'll go kill all bacteria same way, but chef preference, and if it's your preference, you can go ahead and wash it again, or you can make the bacteria die in another pot over the heat. All right, so now we're seasoning our pot of water for the boiling of the corn, potato, and crab legs. So we had our salt going, some garlic, ginger, you have your lime, and then we have our all-purpose going in, our fish and chicken seasoning, and now we have some seafood spice. All right, just to get our pot going. You need that flavor. You don't have to season it with the powder seasoning if you don't want to. You could use your salt, your black pepper, your garlic, ginger, and your lime, because the crab legs are already sweet enough, so you don't need to season your pot. But in this case, chef's preference, and as we mentioned from the outset, my version. All right, so we have our corn going in, then we add the potato to it, and just make it boil for probably 8 to 10 minutes with the corn and the potato, because the water is already hot. All right, so you want to pay attention to that, because you don't want overly boil your corn and your potato. You want it to be just right and not soft and mushy till you not enjoy it because it's so mushy. All right, so here we are. We have our shrimp, our potato, corn, and eggs. Now for our crab legs. Crab legs do not take much time to boil. All right, so in this case, what we're going to do is boil it for 3 to 5 minutes while the pot is covered. You don't want to go too much over that, because you're going to overly cook the meat inside the crab, and it's going to taste a little bit rubbery. Now, as I stated in previous video, I'm allergic to shellfish. So how you know say it's going to taste that way, the Mr. Narrator? Because I watch well heap of YouTube videos, so I know. And persons always tell you. Alright, so nobody come ask me, so how you know? Based on feedback, I heard it tastes great. Go and watch the mukbang on All in All TV. Please remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.